Hey everybody, JP here once again, and today we're going to talk about our old buddy Andy Wallace and some of the automation moves that he does to really enhance the dynamics of a song. And he does this primarily going into the stereo bus compressor of the SSL. Now, if you're on Pro Tools like I am, I want you to forget about using the Pro Tools master fader because that would only accomplish half of what we need for this. If you're on Pro Tools, then you know that the master fader puts the inserts post-fade. So any moves you make on that fader will change the level going into the compressor. The downside to that is there's no way to compensate for it on the back end. And that's also a very important part of this. So what I've done is set this up with two stereo aux faders. The first one, labeled pre-bus, has the whole mix going into it. And then it's going out bus 1920. Bus 1920 goes into our stereo bus fader, and that goes out our main outputs. You can ignore this bus 2122, that's just for recording this video. And I've got the SSL G-bus comp on the stereo bus fader. So pre-bus, this is essentially a VCA master fader like Andy would use on the SSL to control the level going into the bus compressor. And then the stereo bus fader is going to be what we automate to compensate for that if need be. The other thing we're going to talk about is how effective the kick drum can be at really pulling in the compression for a certain part of the song. And this is really noticeable on Nirvana Nevermind, Smells Like Teen Spirit, and In Bloom in particular, where some of those downbeats are just so heavy. It sounds like Dave Grohl is playing with a lead boot. It's usually just these big, massive downbeats, and then he'll do some faster things on the kick, and they won't be quite as dramatic. So, I think it's a combination of probably the way Dave played it and then the way Andy rode the fader when he was putting that mix together. So why don't we give this a little bit of a listen? I'll actually start making some moves while we're listening to it, just to show you what we're talking about here. So I would pull it back here. Inch it back up a little here. Obviously, I would fine-tune all this. Really push it here in the chorus. Do another pass. We're going to come back and add the kick drum rides to this next. All right, so you get the idea from that. Now let me roll this back and do some kick drum, and then we'll see what all that sounds like together. Give it a little nudge there. Here. Yeah, I got a couple kicks in there towards the end that I felt made it a little extra powerful. I wasn't planning on that, but all right. Now one more pass using the post fader. Pull it back just a touch here. I'm gonna keep it down here, even though we pushed it into the compression. There we go. Really emphasize the chorus. A little too much there. Yeah. These are subtle movements. Yeah, I'm still gonna hold it back here. I'd probably clean that up later. You do have to be a little more careful on the post-compression fader than on the pre. It's just a little less forgiving to make any changes back here. And anything you do on that fader post-compressor is going to be maximized compared to the moves you make pre-fader. So you have to be a little more gentle with them. You can always clean up the automation in the edit window later on, but I definitely encourage everyone to ride the faders manually along with the music and really focus on the dynamics of the music and how you can enhance that. It'll make you a better mixer long term than just sitting there with the mouse and drawing it. There's no right or wrong way to do it. There's just lots of options. So have fun with them. I hope you found this video informative as always. Thanks, guys.